Here is our bracket for today. WGL Winter Qualifier October race round of 16. All of these players have 1 point guaranteed, but you know it's all about the seedings and getting as many points as possible. And I think for PCG it's still about qualifying here. But our first match is of course South Korea versus the Ukraine. It's of course Lin versus Foggy. And if you need a little introduction about these players, here it is. Slowly but steady, there's progress. A big feud between the two for more than 3 years. The defeat of Lin was Foggy's rise to stardom back in 2016, late 15, early 16, I guess, on his first offline tournament at GCS. But then Lin is just a monster. Lin is just a dominator. Apart from 1-0 and TH, no one gets close, I guess. Let's see in what shape Foggy is and what he can bring to the table right here. So once again, checking the resources. Seems to be right for me. And so once again, just updating the colors and races. And then we're good to go. Lin in red in the upper right. Foggy representing the Ukraine of... Oh no, he's in red. Sorry. Night Elf in red. Lin in blue. There we go. So this is our first match of the day. Please let me know if the sound is loud enough. I don't think so. Foggy super greedy with an early expansion with only archers and keeper first. Very interesting creep route, and if I'm not mistaken the sound is super low, but sometimes it's different on my ears than it is for the stream, so just let me know. Sound is fine for you. All right. So keeper level 2. Is there a Huntress transition? Yes, there is. Walling off the base a little bit. Okay. See, for me it's super low. For you it's fine. That's the mystique. Wait, what? I'm checking Lin's army for the first time, and it's a TC Headhunter combo with double barracks. He stays on tier 1 for the longest time. I think even Foggy is not attacking yet. But an Engine of War here as well. Foggy goes double Engine of War Huntress against Mass Headhunters, Jesus. So all the orcs are kind of struggling against Night Elf, and Lin is the one experimenting the most, I guess. We saw Shamans already in the round of 32 with Bloodlusted Headhunters and of course Purge against the summons. But man, the Keeper is only level 1, only has Endurance Aura. No stun, no wave yet. But good damage output, so he cancels the shop. That means no clarities for the Keeper, and that's super important. Draining some Moon Juice. And the Keeper, but he's lucky. Replenishment potion for him. Deforestation continues, and the next treants are coming in. Good damage, of course, against the Headhunters if they can reach, but the TC up front is, of course, a nice block. And also this Engine of War, speaking of blocks, walls up here pretty nicely. But super well done by Lin, blocking that tree and getting the damage in. So Foggy is kind of separated from his main. The rally point of this Headhunter a little bit off. But the damage is better than I thought. Level 2 now by the kill of the Wisp. And the Keeper broke through that little siege of Lin. But what can he do now with Stomp? Maybe he can get him, or with a block of this Headhunter. No, Foggy outmaneuvers him a little. But usually the Keeper is there to apply pressure. And there is no pressure at all on Lin's side. He's not teching. He's just going mass Headhunters the entire time. Foggy's expansion is almost up though, and the mass Headhunters continue, so there is gonna be a lot of normal damage with area of effect. Headhunters, of course, only single target damage, but damn, maybe I underestimated Headhunter damage all along. And the TC damage, of course, which is never to be underestimated. Thank you, Thy Last Fire, for the Prime sub. Wow, like 2 volleys for a Huntress, if he's lucky with the damage rolls. That was almost perfect there. Jesus, that's working out more than fine. Foggy now doing the only right thing, I guess, trying to catch reinforcements as his army is not big enough yet. But now he's supply stuck. And what to do now? He's rebuilding the moonwells at his expansion and he's mining additional gold. Level 3 Keeper versus a level 2 TC, but I think it's level 3 Treants? Yes, level 2 Treants, of course. So can he finally get some kills? I think the Treants here, they don't do anything. They just get sniped way too quickly. And having a lot more but smaller units against the Keeper is, I think, a lot better because Entangle doesn't hurt you that much. That's also the reason why Ghouls are still played with Undead against the Keeper. But alright. Moonwells are finishing up. Just do mass Moonwells since he still doesn't have a shop that he can access, really. Nice stun, nice kill again. It's equal supply. Now the upgrade is coming in. It's equal supply and the Keeper has clarities now, so maybe he can spam more Treants, maybe he can spam more Entangles. It's a little unlucky, Entangle and Ensnare, but there's no follow-up damage on Foggy's side. But I think as long as there's no expansion by Lyn, Foggy is fine. And as of course, as long as his expansion is up. He's already at 900 gold, he needs more lumber, triple Engine of War now soon. He needs more quad Engine of War. This is not only for production, I guess, but also for fighting. As they block a lot of damage and don't cost that much, especially supply. But he's almost out of lumber now. So how well do these mass headhunters do against the Engines of War? But they're not finished yet. Lyn is finding a good timing. He has the supply lead. Oh, and a Scroll of the Beast. That's fantastic. Look at the damage. +7. And everything is starting to fall. He's using illusions here to soak up some of the damage. But, man, Lyn seemingly just wrecking him. 2 control groups here. Nice micro there. Killing more and more Hunters. Foggy's dropping down to 43. Now he can produce like crazy, though. And will that save him somehow? Level 4 Torrent Chieftain. Stomp level 2. Level 4 on the Keeper of the Grove as well. But everything on the Night Elf side is falling. Foggy did not expect this one bit. And everything gets killed. Mass Headhunters, ladies and gentlemen. A 4-on-4 strategy. Seemingly winning Lyn the first game here. So he's using all of the Engines of War for production. Except one, but I don't think he had the lumber there. But 44 supply, 1 headhunters. At one point, he will just one volley the Huntress. If he has a nice concave. Nice stun again. Can he save those 2? No, that should be 2 last hits here. Yeah, 2 kills for Foggy. Level 4.5 Keeper of the Grove. But man, Lyn is so close to the devious level 3 Stomp. Which will then stun everything forever. And Foggy has to staff out here, get some more items. Yeah, double clarity, 1 in use immediately, and nighttime to get some more moon juice. He used all his moon juice already. That was 5 moonwells. And it seems like Lyn is not losing anything. Because he's reproducing faster than stuff gets killed. And where's Foggy's army? It's not there. It's just not existent. It says 46 supply, but easily 12 supply are in production now, I think. And even the archers who have median armor, they also die with their 260 HP. Is Lyn teching behind this now? No, it's just mass tier 1. No need for Blade Master damage, no need for Shadowhunter Wolves. All he needs is like 20 headhunters. And this might be what everybody was waiting for. I mean, of course it comes out of the blue. And there was no way Foggy knew this was happening. But every orc, I feel, is looking towards Lyn. Like, what's your solution in this matchup? What shall we do, Master? Teach us. And this is what he came up with. For this very match and this very map. Shadowhunter wolves, Farseer wolves, of course. You know what I mean. Yeah, and if there's the next stun, which will take a while, but now he's level 6, lols. If he stuns the TC at the Keeper one more time, he's dead. And now we have a full concave, we have max damage output, and this expansion will fall in a bit. Foggy's trying to get into mass archers, but mass archers against this stun? No way. Just no way.
Players' forces are under attack.
So, last chance for Foggy to do something here, I guess. But this is not efficient what he's doing. He's still mining. Yeah, the expo is still up. The question is for how long. He can't really repair. Wisps just die way too quickly. Ah, he's not mining actually. He lost all the wisps already. And with a few more volleys, this tree is falling. Foggy calls for the GG. And that's the 1-0 for Lin. After, I don't know, 10, 12 minutes? 12 minutes 34. That was, or seemed to be so easy. No chance for Foggy. Completely overwhelmed. And we all know that Foggy is very, very, very greedy. And always goes for these expansions. And that's how you can punish it. Give him time for the Headhunter build. Follow it up with a second barracks. And boom. You overwhelm him. Thank you very much, Zingis, for the 5-month resub. Superb Warcraft 3 cast and matches today, right? Well, I don't want to judge about the cast, but the match was very, very promising. Any data on influx of torrent play as a result of the patch? I think 0. I've seen like 4 games with torrent maybe. That's it. That was for the lulz. What's going on? Last three streams said no more streams in October, and here we are once again, not complaining, just saying. Yeah, I was able to switch a shift with a coworker, so I can do it today. As soon as I saw it's Foggy Lin, I had to try everything to stream this. And it worked. Foggy going for Echo Owls next on his map choice. Back to Warcraft has a big love for Night Elf, I think. This is why they never complain about the Keeper of the Grove. They complain about everything but not the Keeper of the Grove. Yeah. Yeah, of course we love Night Elf. Forever. That's just bullshit. I just hate whining. In general. Especially at the time when the patch was not applied to netties and every keyboard warrior knew, oh, this is gonna be meta, this is gonna be meta. This is the meta already, everything is established. Ah, come on, fuck that. Give them some time, patch is coming. I was a little infuriated when there was this news about the secret PTR patch and everybody saw that Night Elf was getting patched and Human is getting buffed. And that caused people to complain about nowadays balance or whatever. Like the notification or the news that unfair stuff is getting fixed caused people to whine even more. And that's just retarded. Be glad you're not into Melee if you hate whining. Well, I'm watching Melee here and there. It's fun once in a while, but... And I think this is so interesting, this patch, because so many different things are working somehow. And we're going a little more towards StarCraft, where several builds Like, sometimes I think you can have a build order win if you don't screw up heavily. And so scouting is so much more important nowadays than it was in 1.29. And that should be a big aspect of a strategy game, right? That's just my take. You can't just play blindly anymore as it was for 10 years. Are you whining about people whining about fixing broken stuff? Yep. Yep, that's it. If I hate a race, or hated a race, then it was human. But now, I'm one of the biggest advocates of buff human, and that's happening. But okay, we are 15 minutes into the stream, we have the balance discussion again. This is quite annoying, to be honest. So let's go into map... Let's not go into map number 2, as there was a bug once again, I think. Foggy, I think, has some problems with his netties. Maybe he should do a clean install or something. It's only him that has these bugs, I think. So yeah, once again, Remo and I are in Hamburg this weekend. I'm always in Hamburg, but Remo is coming tonight. And if you're at ESL, let us know. Contact us on Facebook, Twitter, email, Discord, whatever. Let's meet. Let's have some fun together. So far, not a single one has messaged us. That's great, right? I'm pretty sure we will meet a few guys there at ESL 1. Remo wants to meet in a bar in Hamburg on a Saturday night at 10 p.m. I said, okay, have fun finding a bar where you can go at 10 p.m. in Hamburg that offers 6 seats or something. So let's see if Lynn is doing the same thing again. Okay, the resources are swapped, so I have to tinker a little. This time Foggy... Oh, once again Foggy in red, Lynn in blue. Wait, is that right? Lynn. Foggy. Lynn in blue. That's better. Okay, here we go. Echo Isles it is this time. And this time it's a normal hero grunt build. So this headhunter thing was just made for Last Refuge, as it seems. And Foggy going for the Keeper of the Grove with mercenary access early. Can this be punished with a speed scroll? I don't think so. Blade Master is most likely going for this little item and then base harass. Focus played the base harass, like the early base harass against Moon, and it worked so well. Oh, the score is wrong. Yes, you're right. There we go. Thanks. It worked so well until like 3 grunts were killed. But the pressure he could do with his Blade Master was pretty phenomenal. And then, you know, maybe he was too sure to win this and got sloppy. But early Blade Master res can be an answer as well if you are in time and cancel, for example, the Hunter's Hall or the Second Engine of War or the Shop. That's all pretty big kills there, if you ask me. So Lightning Shield creep doesn't do too much, but here come the Treants on level 1. Of course, this is going to be level 2 for Foggy. So you have to be a little careful with the Blade Master because Entangle can prevent your damage. Ring of Protection here. Against the Blade Master, not too bad, I think. Hello, level 2. And here's the Blade Master with a Claw and the first grunt. So this is the early pressure that we were talking about. And this is most likely the killed Huntress Hall. And I think the real problem is... A, if the Night Elf gets too many Huntress, or a fast level 3. So with the pressure in the main and with killing this, Huntress are A, impossible to build, and B, forces the reaction of the Keeper of the Grove without getting too much experience. I like this opening a lot. Not possible on every map, but on some. There is, of course, as you see here, the possibility of losing your grunts. But if you don't feed too much, I think it's okay. Of course you have to do a lot of damage. Of course it's not easy, but it's not impossible either. Good control by Lin, who's getting caught in the entangle now, but he does have more wind walk and can just escape while fast teching. Foggy this time, not with a super greedy expansion, with a Berserker. A little bit more damage as his Huntress are all delayed. No second engine of war this time. So I think he has to be afraid of like 6 or 7 Huntress this game. Which is nice. Thank you, Eroberer Bizeps, for the sub. Staff of Teleportation. Oh, he blocks the Keeper. Has to use Entangle though. This might... Oh, there's no TP. Reveal being used. Can he do something about it? No, just escapes with 34 experience. HP. There was no mana for another Entangle. Now the Blade Master gets home, gets the clarities, heals up, and I think can do it again. Shadowhunter second, Grunt scouting.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Foggy's still on 1 base, 1 AOW Huntress. And this should be Wyvern. No, it's not Wyvern. It's a Torrent Totem. A little lack of gold for now. Fallen. Only 1 grunt. He built 2, but 1 got killed. So, looks like the normal Raider Walker stuff. But Lin prevented level 3 for 5 minutes now, and on Echo Isles, I think that's a pretty big accomplishment. Of course, that goes hand in hand with a low-level Blade Master, but do you need a high-level Blade Master on this map, really? Or second clause. I think, of course, you want the high-level crit for the damage, and a high-level Windwalk is better than a low-level Windwalk. But keeping the Keeper from level 3 is way more important, and he continues to do that. Tier 2 tech by Foggy now. Whispers in position for the expansion finally. But the tech advantage is clearly on Lin's side, who's going for a peon himself. And there it is. Raider Walker in his base. Plus Berserker strength for the grunts. So he's counter expanding most likely. Oh, sending the peon somewhere else, interestingly. In the Gloves of Haste in combination with 2 claws and a circlet. That's already a pretty good Blade Master. He's not creeping simultaneously, as it's kind of getting too dangerous, I think. Against the level 2 Entangle that he should have now. Second Engine of War. Big investments by Foggy. There was like 600 gold or 550 gold into buildings now. That doesn't help him immediately. So that's a little timing window for Lin to get something done. Or tech his units or whatever. 34 supply for him, 33 for Foggy. He will overwhelm it in supply soon. Shop only now, and not in the base, nor at the expansion. So if there's a siege, that won't help him too much. Prior to 1.30, that was a signature creep camp for orcs. Now with Treants and Huntress, not anymore. But one thing remains, that the Blade Master is still creeping this Ogre Magi. There's still 2 claws. 1 + 6, 1 + 9. And maybe the claws plus 6 are worth it. Oh, Potion of Greater Mana. That's sweet. But the expansion is almost up. No counter expansion by Lyn. And he got a lot of time now. He got the level 2 SH, maybe even Serpent Wards. Blade Master is a little too late to the party, but he's also level 2. He has a good inventory.
The town is under siege.
But Keeper level 3 is a problem. Another worker dead. And that one was maybe going to build the expansion.
Players' forces are under attack.
Now the Headhunter transition and the Kodo Beasts. Seems like he's playing against Undead, right? From the unit composition. But no tier 3 tech. Just a little bit more piercing. Foggy's retreating here. Wait. Foggy's retreating here. Blade Master is low. Foggy saw the inventory, of course, and knows. Oh no. What the fuck? Let's see if I can reconnect. Disconnected from server. Wait, what? That's not cool. I'm trying to get back. I hope I can still reconnect. Otherwise, I have to restream someone. Yeah, usually we use a ping accelerator, but if we use that now, all the other internet stops, so that's an issue. What the fuck? Logging in takes forever, that's usually not the case. Disconnected from server again. Okay, sure to reconnect, yes. Thumbs pressed, everybody! Hopefully this works! Go, 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 go! Send your energy to the mighty Netty's client, and it's working. So we missed a few, like a minute of the game, but I think that's fine. There's some fast forwarding going on. We were here when we dropped. Oh, he kills the Engine of War. We're still in for the siege. There's 2 raiders here for the siege damage. Foggy has to use a lot of mercenaries here. And the Scroll of Protection. And the Alchemist is out as well. Kodo Beast, can it eat something with the Speed Scroll? Should be fairly easy, but nice Entangle counter here in the back. Hunters are falling to the piercing damage that he has. No Serpent Wards, by the way. Hex and Heal Wave. And here you see the Heal Wave. Has to use a lot of mana for that, though. Kodo Beast has eaten finally, and the Alchemist is also pretty damn low. 56 supply for Lyn, who seemingly found a great target. 6 supply more dead, but here's the Acid Bomb, here's the Entangle. Another Heal Wave saves him though. Level 3 on the Shadowhunter, who still has the greater mana. That's pretty sick, and Foggy's army is completely falling apart, holding on to a few mercenaries that he still has. Acid Bomb again, right clicks again. How often can he heal this one against the Acid Bomb? Not much longer. Blade Master falls. Is this the start of the comeback for Foggy with his heroes? He used all his mana. This was the last bit of the mana that he had. And I think the Shadowhunter can just continue to push with this army. He still has normal damage. He still has siege damage. And that's enough to kill the hero. Even Serpent Wards now. Oh, that's Serpent Wards too. So that's a 2-1-1 build then? I haven't seen Hex though. But even more damage now on this. So how much did this How much did this hero kill bring Foggy? His shop is down. His second engine of war is down. Tier 2 is done, of course, but only for the alchemist. Production is cut in half now. And Foggy calls for the GG. We saw the final fight. We saw a good timing push by Lin. So in game 1, he surprised him with cheese. And it worked. And in game 2, he played very, very standard. Just found a good timing. And killed Foggy as well. So I'm trying now to get a better connection to work to the NetEase server. So that disconnect doesn't happen again. I'm very sorry for that, but I think we fixed it in time. Thank you, Lost PX, for the Prime sub. So is this getting better now? Not really. Okay, that means Lin is in the winner bracket final of this group. One more win, and he will advance to the playoffs that happen on Saturday and Sunday. Foggy is down to the lower bracket. He will either face PCG or Lin Guagua. Most likely Lin Guagua. Is the stream still running? Yes, it is. Most likely Lin Guagua. So, do we have a bracket already finished? No, not really. So we'll see. We will follow Lin in the winner bracket final. Against PCG or Lin Guagua, of course, the winner there, and see what Lin can do. And then hopefully we see Foggy again in the lower bracket final for the second slot to the playoffs. We go into a small break, and then we're back here at Back to Warcraft with WGL October qualifier, round of 16, Group A. See you in a bit.